Hello there, my name is Valerie White Williams and I'm a voice teacher and a vocal coach for Vocal Splendor Studios. Today I'm doing another reaction, but this is a different kind of reaction. I'm actually going back and reacting to my videos that I started over 10 years ago. So I'm going to react to my old videos. Isn't that fun? So what I'm going to react to today is probably the second video I ever made. It's going to be very awkward. It was on some wonky camcorder, but I was talking about what is vocal talent. So let's have a listen. But before we do that, make sure you subscribe and click on the bell so you get notified of all of my uploads. So I'm going to go look and see if I still agree with what I said all those years ago. I think this was back in 2010. So let's have a listen. All right, here it is, 2010.
Lots of people come into my studio, and one of the first things they want to know is, tell me about my voice. Do I have talent? Am I good enough to make it? This is a really hard question to answer because there are so many factors that fall into what makes someone make it. One of them is just luck. Really, being at the right place at the right time is the answer to many of the stories of why someone made it overnight.
Okay, yeah, I'm talking really, really fast because I think I was kind of nervous, and I think this was only the second video that I made from starting a YouTube channel in 2010. Yeah, and the reason why I created a YouTube channel is I only wanted to put videos on my website so people could get to know me to book lessons. But I moved way beyond that. So yeah, look at that light. Look, ugh. I mean, this is, like I said, I couldn't even spot myself because I was in a camera and it didn't have a selfie screen, so I look really awkward, and I don't know where that light's coming from, but I might have put some weird effects in it or something.
There is really no such thing as an overnight sensation. People tend to be ready for the opportunities that exist. But back to the original question, what is vocal talent? Well, after 20 years of teaching voice and working with hundreds of students of all kinds, ages, styles, I have broken it down to two things that I see as vocal talent. First off is having a really unique vocal sound, something that stands out, whether a husky quality, a big quality, a strong, unique texture. When you think of the singers that you really like, many of them have a very distinctive sound. When you hear their voice, you know it's that person, and there's no one else like it.
Yeah, I still agree to that to this day. And that's why you have a singer like Angelina Jordan. I mean, no one sounds like her. I mean, yeah, she sounds a little bit like Amy Winehouse, but you still can tell the difference. And again, she had this really thick voice. Now, voices are like ice cream. Not everybody likes chocolate. Some people like caramel and some people like peppermint. So having a vocal quality, everybody has their own opinion on what vocal quality they like. So let's keep going.
If you have a voice like this, that is a huge plus. It means you'll stand out from the crowd and your voice will have that unique quality. Quite often people who have unique quality voices don't necessarily have the most easy, smooth voices, which goes into training. But anyway, back to number one, having a very unique, strong, different voice that has a unique texture or color. Two, what's the second vocal talent in my opinion? That would be having an incredible ear. A sensitive ear, wonderful instinctive pitch, sensitivity to music and what's going on around them. These are things that can be trained, but having worked with many students, including my own children, some of these things are inherent in birth. People just have an amazing ear and incredible sensitivity. These are also things that are vocally talented.
Now that's kind of interesting. Now that's, and in a way, a bit dated with the music industry today because so many artists lip sync and they're auto-tuned. I don't think that was going on as much in 2010. Now, maybe it was and I didn't know it, but back in the day in the 70s and early 80s, before all this technology was being applied, you really had to have a good ear. You really had to sing in tune. You had to listen. So I do agree that having a good ear is vocal talent because you're going to do much better to sing complicated music and learn it and be able to sing things. So I've worked even longer than that, because that was 20 years. I've been teaching longer than that. And some people really struggle with the more difficult harmonics and difficult melody lines. That it's about ear training. And again, having a great ear, I do feel, is something that it's natural for some people. I have always had a good ear. That's why I've gotten into a lot of programs and choirs, because I sing in tune and I have a really fussy ear, which is good because I'm a voice teacher. I should have a fussy ear, and I can hear things that a lot of people can't. So that's something that I didn't ever have to work on. It came naturally for me. And I don't have a thick voice, but I do have a voice that is there's a fullness to it. So, but thing about the ear is you can train the ear. You can't train the voice to be what it's not. That's just the reality. You can't, I can make my voice gruff like this for a minute, but my voice isn't that way. I have more of a slender face. So a lot of what the vocal quality we have is in the bone structure of the face. And so people that usually have that thick, full voice have a full face. They have a round face or lots of width in their face. I have the different kind of face that's more bell-like. And so, but the ear is really important. Now, because if you're famous and you're a model and you can just lip sync stuff and be auto-tuned, that's not really singing. It's dancing to music. But if you really want to sing like real in a band, it's good to have a good ear. Now, there are people that have an okay ear, but those people will need a little bit more help with the music to give them their cues. And they may not just be up to singing more intense music that's really angular.
Okay, so we have the two things. One, incredibly unique voice. Two, incredible ear. Now, I'll tell you what. Many professional singers don't have these things. It's great if you just have one, a great voice. You may need to work on your ear a bit to have yourself grow, or you will need to work with people that are willing to help you overcome perhaps some issues that you may have regarding your ear. Two, vocal quality. That's why you go to vocal coach, to help bring the most out of your voice, which is a technical issue. A vocal coach cannot change your voice into a different texture that it is not built to make. Likewise, the husky quality of voice, so many people feel like that is because people smoke and drink. And yeah, some people can smoke and drink and trash their voices, but I've had plenty of students with beautiful, clean, clear, sweet tones that smoke and drink. I've also had students that don't smoke.
Yeah, that's another thing. That is a myth that a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm going to get that rasp my voice and trash my health and like smoke and drink. That's kind of stupid because I did have that student right around that time period who was an adult male, and he'd come in reeking of cigarettes, and he had a very pretty boy sound. He did. So I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that at all. And there are other ways that you can get that grit and the sound like this. That's why I studied with Melissa Cross for a bit, to be able to learn how to get that sound. But, you know, you either have it or you don't when it comes to that thick voice. And you don't want to hurt your health to try and do it. That's kind of stupid.
And drink and have that husky molasses quality. Again, your vocal quality is inherent. Vocal coaching will allow you to bring out the best of your quality and hopefully teach you techniques to kind of alter that basic core quality with different colors or effects depending on the vocal style you sing. So again, vocal quality and an ear. Now going back to that recipe, many people don't need to have either of them. There are people who have a tremendous personality, drive, intelligence. They know their limits as a vocalist, and they find exactly the music that suits them ideally. No, you don't need to have an amazing ear. You don't have to have an amazing voice. Probably the number one thing that creates people besides luck is persistence. working hard on your voice, working hard on your package, on your performing opportunities, your networking. Keep trying, getting yourself out there no matter all the rejection. It's a tough road to be a singer. Not everybody's going to like you. But if you persist in being the best singer that you can be, that's all you can do. Find your unique niche and sing for the passion and the love. All right, I hope I answered your questions. Anything, you can always send me a mail or comment my videos, and I would be happy to address any more questions. All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, that was kind of cringy. I was talking really fast, but that's okay. I was so passionate. I really wanted to get that information out. And I haven't watched this video in a long time. And there's a few things I would add. I think besides having a good ear, having a unique voice, the other thing I would add is some people just have amazing charisma on the stage, and they can just be in the moment where you just have this charisma on the stage, either from an introverted place where you're just like in that song right deeply, or you just have that busy side. There's introvert and extroverts, introverts and extroverts. But I feel that I've had students most students, when they perform, they get started, they get kind of nervous, or they're like a little awkward. But then there are people that are just so at home on the stage. It doesn't matter. I've had students that they were really young, and they would just start singing, and it was just like, it was a natural. I mean, they had the voice, but they also had that ease on the stage. So I would say that would be number 3, is having this charisma or this ease and comfort, because most people don't have that. They have to learn that. I know I did. I had to learn to be comfortable on the stage. It took me a long time because I'm really sensitive, which is good to be a voice teacher. It's also good, but it took me a while to kind of be comfortable with all that energy flowing around with me. Yeah, and I was like talking really fast, like that. But I agree with that. I agree with that. And I also agree with that you don't have to have all of it. You just have to continue to work on your craft and find your niche of what you want to do, because that's how it goes. And it doesn't matter if you're talented or not. It's really about the love, because we have this culture where we think, oh, I'm not talented, so I can't do it. Well, everybody needs to sing. Everybody can sing, because when we sing, we feel better, and that's enough. You don't even have to sing in front of other people. You can just sing for yourself. And if you want to sing for other people, you can do that. You can do that. But, we don't have to be famous, but when we sing, it heals our body. And since that video was made, there's a lot of vocal science has come out that says that singing is not only emotionally empowering, but it also is tuning our body. And I'm not just making this stuff up, because I did meet Ingo Tietze, that was several years ago, and I met him at a voice conference with voice doctors, and he said that this has not filtered in. We all need to sing. And it doesn't matter if you're good or bad, because the benefits of singing are still going to help you with breathing, with using your body in a very, expressive way, with breathing deeply in the diaphragm, resonating in your face, feeling all that energy. Everybody needs to sing. And 150 years ago, everybody did sing, because that's all they had. You had to make your own music. And when we think of how long humans have been on the planet, it's only been 150 years that now people don't sing, because we have records and phonographs. That's how it started. And then music all over. And so people don't exercise their voice. It's really about exercising. The voice needs to be exercised, and most people don't do it because it gets shut down. I could go on and on about that. I think also 150 years ago, people were working with animals, and they were using the voice to get their horses and guiding them to the fields. And so people weren't afraid of using their voice in a very more athletic way. Now we're inside all the time, typing. So we really need to use the voice. It's not only for talented people, it's for everybody. And the more you use it, the better it gets. And if you feel like you need training, there's vocal coaches around. I'm not the only one. And I really see, like, how many vocal coaches are around? A lot. I don't know you. Yeah, it's really funny. Yeah, I just did a video on my other channel about the trolls. It's funny. I save my troll accounts. I take pictures of them. I'm just warning you. But now I give them clapbacks. Anyway, off the topic. But yeah, it was really fun to watch that video, and I look forward to doing other reactions to my earlier videos and just seeing if I still agree or not. It is cringy. I try not to cringe, but I'm just going to do my best. All right. So if you like this content and you wanted to hear more of my reactions to my early videos, make sure you subscribe and click on the bell, and let me know if you find one that you want me to react to, because I actually have, I think, 200 videos on vocal training. That's where I started. And I think it'd be fun to kind of look back and go, And then you can find all my hair colors. I've had a lot of different hair colors over the years. So let me know if you have some other ones. You can drop them in the comments and let me know what you think. To be honest, my video quality got better after that, but it took me some time. All right, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.